Hey guys, welcome back to another BMDL Draft League video. So this week is the first week of playoffs. I'm so excited that we were able to actually squeeze in and take one of the last two spots. So I'm just really excited to be able to be here and fortunate, and I'm glad that I reached my goal. However, just because we reached our goal does not mean that we're going to give up. We have a lot of formidable opponents against us, and we're going to play our best and try our best and have fun. So our first opponent is going to be datwood. So just taking a look over here on the right side of the screen, these speed tiers are definitely a little bit interesting here. The first thing to notice is that he's got a lot more tailwind users than me and things that are just naturally faster than me. And then he's also got a couple of mons that are better than Trick Room, although I think overall my Trick Room team is a little bit better. So I just want to talk about those things. Taking a look, I have a lot of checks to the top half of the team on this side now. You know, the Cinderace, not super concerned about. I'm going to be bringing Pelipper. For Giraffe, really the whole thing about for a Giraffe is that it has that Armor Tail, and I'm not running a lot of priority moves. I'm not running Sableye this week, and the only priority move I have is Fake Out. You know, I'm a newer VGC player, and the less that I have to think about and mind game, the better. So I said, I'm not playing those Armor Tail mind games. I'm pretty certain that for a Giraffe is going to come. Let's just take that out of the equation, because I can't keep getting hit by Armor Tail if I don't have a ton of priority moves. So let's just start with that. The Paldean Tauros is pretty interesting because, you know, it's a fighting water type, and I didn't really feel like I had a ton of answers to this outside of utilizing that fighting weakness. I'm going to be using my Pelipper to take care of this for the most part, especially for the fact that, you know, Pelipper, I'm going to be air slashing half this team, right? Like, look at it. We've got fighting, we've got fighting, psychic here. I mean, air slash is just going to give me so much, you know, efficiency off of that. So I'm not really super concerned about that. Really, the only thing on here that I could actually see being a huge problem is that Ferrothorn. Now, the thing about Ferrothorn, although he's one of my favorite Pokemon, he can be built like a tank and he can just, you know, take a hit. The only thing that he has to worry about is my Camerupt, because obviously my Camerupt's going to hit it for 4 times weakness. I don't care how tanky this Ferrothorn is, that Camerupt is going to destroy it. So as long as I get my Trick Room up, I mean, this Ferrothorn, actually even without Trick Room, Camerupt moves faster than Ferrothorn. So truth be told, I can actually just abuse this Ferrothorn whether or not I'm in Trick Room. It doesn't matter. The only thing about Ferrothorn that I'm concerned about is setting up those hazards and getting the light screen up. So I'm probably going to have to try to lead Gothitelle, catch that Ferrothorn out, and, you know, taunt it and put a stop to those shenanigans. That's why I lost last week, because I just didn't play around, you know, those hazards and the slow play, stally type gameplay. So I think as long as I keep the Ferrothorn in check, I'm not super worried about the rest of the team. Now, Gallade is interesting because I feel like Gallade can be built kind of supporty. It can also be built kind of offensively. I'm not quite sure how he intends to use this Gallade, but again, due to its typing, I honestly am just curious whether or not he would even bring it to a matchup like this. I just feel like I have too much efficiency. Now, the Weavile, I don't know too much about this Pokemon. I just know that it's really, really fast, and being Dark Ice, I mean, again, I can kind of have that Trick Room Camerupt to deal with it, but Camerupt is on a timer. Camerupt only lasts a certain amount of turns. I don't want to have to rely 100% on that. So I decided the perfect Weavile counter would be bringing Armaldo, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I'm not even going to bother going to the rest of this because I feel like I just check most of it with Pokemon typing that I have. I mean, he's got 4 times ice weakness here, ice weakness, ice weakness. He'll probably bring the Beartic, but then the Camerupt checks it. So I'm not super concerned about the Beartic. So let's just dive into the team that I brought this week. So to start off, our main carry of this is actually probably going to be the Sylveon. I really want to get this thing set up early. I decided to put that throat spray on here, actually, get that hyper voice off. And if I need to buff it up further, if I feel like the Sylveon is not dying, I will just continue to Calm Mind and, you know, Draining Kiss and just kind of keep it alive and tank it. It does have Terra-type Ghost and Shadow Ball, so if I need to take out something that's weak to Ghost, there's a couple of Ghost Terras that I think I can catch off guard. I have that ability to do that. So actually, to be honest, I don't think the Sylveon is going to be seen as the biggest threat on this team, but my goal is to make it the biggest threat. Now, how do I plan to support it? I'm going to support it with Gothitelle. So like I mentioned earlier, I do have the Fake Out on here, and I do have the Trick Room because I do feel like most of the time I'm going to want to play in a Trick Room mode. All of my Mons can function with or without Trick Room, although I think Trick Room will just give me the benefit of the doubt. And if somehow I need to reverse the Trick Room, I can do that, or just taunt and prevent it from being an issue to begin with. I did decide to build it a little bit stronger on the Psychic side, only because I noticed that he just had a weakness to Psychic on some of the bigger threats. So for example, this Paldean Tauros, I don't really have a ton other than Pelipper, and I don't want to rely on Pelipper to take out like 4 or 5 Pokemon, you know, you have to have a backup plan to everything. So I figured that having that Gothitelle with the Psychic and just hitting a little bit harder than normal will throw them off. This bird is just the MVP of this team. Now, it's weird bringing Pelipper and not bringing Feraligatr, but I just felt like Feraligatr wasn't going to get enough value this week, so I actually decided to run the Keen Eye ability and not Drizzle, because I feel like Drizzle is just going to be annoying to play around when I want my camera up to do full damage on the turn that I need it to do it. I don't want to have to be thinking about the rain mind games on this, so we're just going to go with that. And also, you know, at least I don't have to worry about any evasiveness or anything weird that happens, although I don't think there's a ton of that in this league. It's just something I really don't have to think about. Let's go to Camera Up. Camera Up's going to be the second carry of this team. This is going to check a lot of the big threats on their team. I mean, I just went with the normal set: Eruption, Earth Power, Heat Wave, and Protect. Normally, I run specs on this. However, I really like having Protect on Camera Up because sometimes you just need to protect Trick Room. And every time I don't have it, I mean, my camera just, it just dies. There isn't a ton that I need to be afraid of that can kill it. You know, it's just this Paldean, Tauros that's kind of a problem. I guess maybe, I don't even know. Maybe Altaria, I guess. I'm not super concerned about it. That being said, I think I'd rather just have the Protect on it, just keep it safe. And then I threw the Flame Plate. I mean, I feel like the things that Camerupt is checking is just going to die to Eruption anyway, or just take enough damage where it's not really a problem. You know, like this Weavile's gonna take at least 75%. You know, the Beartic's gonna take a lot. I don't think I'd even kill this one with a Specs on it. I'd have to calc that. So to me, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I'd rather just have the Protect. Now, FROSLASS has been interesting. FROSLASS has been sometimes pretty useful and then other times just completely useless. I threw a Sash on it because I do feel like I can get enough value off of this FROSLASS as long as it survives one hit. Now, this is going to be the fastest thing on the field. When we look at the speed tiers, the only thing that can outspeed this, or only things I should say, are the Cinderace and the Weavile. But that's why I have the Sash on here, so that if I get hit by that, I can still get my Will-O-Wisp out, or Icy Wind, or a Shadow Ball to kill something. Now, the interesting tech this week is Ally Switch. I've actually never played with Ally Switch, but I've played against it, and I know how powerful it can be. So I said, you know what? There's a lot of fighting types on this team, right? There's a normal, there's 3 flyings, there's 2 ices. I'm going to play some mind games. This would probably be a game 2 tech, but I really feel like I can get value if I play smart with that. The other thing I was thinking was dropping the Ally Switch for a second taunt, because if Gothitelle goes down, Ferrothorn can easily get out of control. I just feel like, though, with Gothitelle having taunt and Trick Room, like, theoretically that Ferrothorn, like, shouldn't be much of a problem, but we'll see. The last thing I'm bringing is Armaldo, which again can help me with that Ferrothorn as well. This is going to be a Life Orb set. I decided to build it a little tanky, hit as hard as possible, and then I took its speed down because I want this thing to be super slow and hopefully, you know, be able to do some decent work in Trick Room. Now, when I take a look at the weaknesses on his team, even though it says that there's 4 times, you know, he has 4 things that resist bug, those things, I don't see him bringing all of them at once, right? Like, I don't see Altaria and Pidgeot and Scyther being brought to deal with this. The only thing I could really see being a problem is maybe this Ferrothorn. But this Pokemon will help check Weavile a little bit with both Rock side and with X-Scissor, and I can also help kind of deal with some of these other Pokemon. Now, I do have to be careful with the fighting Pokemon, so that is something that I'm gonna have to watch, but I just feel like I have so many other answers to deal with the fighting Pokemon. It's like not a super big concern. We'll see. I just threw X-Scissor, Rock Slide, and I threw Swords Dance on there just in case there was a turn where I felt like I can get a little cheeky if my opponent's going to swap out a liability for it, and then obviously Protect. I feel like the weeks where I have more than one Protect, I actually play a lot better. And the only thing that I'm missing this week that I kind of really like is that Citrus Berry. So I have to think about if I want to add that onto anything. The only thing is, like, I really like Citrus Berry Gothitelle because it lives forever, but I'm a little afraid of the taunt Pokemon on their team. So let's just take a quick look. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different taunts. And normally at this point, I'd be like, how many are you really going to bring? But these are Pokemon I actually expect to show up. So I just feel like I need that mental herb. So we'll go with that. One other thing I just wanted to mention too is that I actually changed the ability to competitive for the first time this entire league. I've always used Frisk because I feel like in a closed team sheet you get a lot of value, and obviously Shadow Tag is banned. But What I liked about this, though, is that they have Intimidate. So with this Intimidate, with this Paldean Tauros, I really do think that this is going to show up this week. I fully expect the Intimidate, and I don't think that they're going to expect that competitive on my Gothitelle. So it just feels like a really free way to hard counter all of those fighting Pokemon without fully relying on V-Pelipper. That is the team preview for this week. Let me know your thoughts in the description below. We're heading into the first match very shortly, so I will see you on the other side. Really quick, one thing I did change very last minute is I actually changed the speed tier on Gothitelle because I realized that going negative actually hurt me more than going positive. I really wanted to be able to outspeed the Frigiraffe in the Trick Room mode, but I realized, honestly, I think I'd rather just outspeed the Frigiraffe before Trick Room so that if I don't want to set up Trick Room, I have that ability too. So I just decided, hey, I'm going to put the Gothitelle back to 31 IVs instead of trying to underspeed it, when honestly, I feel like he might just try to underspeed it anyway with the Frigiraffe. So not to meta too much, I just think that that might be a better play. So we'll see you on the other side. All right, just sent the request. Let's hop into this match. I just went back quickly and watched a couple of the previous matches. It seems that he really likes to open with Frigiraffe. All right, here we go. All right, so good luck, datwood. Officially kicking off the first playoff match for me, at least. So, all right, let's think about this for a second. I pretty much expected all of these, especially that Weavile. It has to be a threat. Not having the bear tick is good, though. I actually kind of like that. I think we lead Gothitelle. What scares Gothitelle on this team? Just the Weavile. I wonder if we lead Gothitelle Camerupt and just go for the Trick Room play. Although he could protect and then Trick Room again the following turn. Huh. What if I lead Gothitelle Sylveon? Because, like I said, Sylveon's just gonna check this entire team. Let's try that. Let's lead this. Maybe I'll get a little greedy with that Sylveon. All right, there's the Frigiraffe and there's the Tauros. Okay, perfect. So, you're scared now, right? Competitive gave me that. Yeah, you're scared now. You are very scared. So I'm going to Calm Mind here because there's absolutely no reason for me to not Calm Mind. I'm gonna check this Tauros. Okay, there's the Protect. That's fine. Psychic into it. Okay, that's fine. I'm also going to Calm Mind, get that set up. I think I Calm Mind again. Like, I'm not scared here. I don't think, does Frigiraffe learn Encore? That's the only thing I don't know. No, it doesn't. So I'm not really afraid of that. He's gonna have to find an answer to that Sylveon soon. Okay, so Tauros is down. Hyper Voice. Oh, wow, that actually killed the Gothitelle. That was not intended. Okay. That's fine. I actually didn't think that would happen. So who do you bring in here? I feel like you bring in Cinderace here? I think bringing in Pelipper is just... Yeah, there we go. That's fine with me. Shoot, I should have put Liquidation on this. Whatever, it's fine. I'm just going to Hyper Voice. You know what? Now I lost Trick Room. Actually, I'm going to sack that, and I'm just going to Hyper Voice. I'm going to sack the Camerupt. What did he... Oh, okay. That should kill. Yeah, okay. Frigiraffe Calm Minded again. Okay. Why don't we just Heat Wave and Hyper Voice again? Like, what am I afraid of? Like, Sylveon's just gonna do so much damage. And unfortunately, Camerupt here... Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I should live that. Oh, that killed a Camerupt? Wow! So, you have two options left, and both of them are weak to Armaldo. So, we're gonna do this. X-Scissor you... Actually, we'll Rock Slide. And... Draining Kiss you. I should... Yeah, I was gonna say I should live. Oh, that Expanding Force really hurts. That really hurts. Is that Sash? Okay, that's Sash. Missed the Weavile, of course. But at least I killed the Frigiraffe. I think I just do this. And I should be faster than everything, so I'll Icy Wind and Hyper Voice, and I think that should clean up. That Weavile's fast. Oh, and he crit on the Sylveon. Ooh. You're slower now. I think I Icy Wind again, Protect. Just to make sure that that thing is slower. So that there's no shenanigans. Okay. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Alright, I have to watch for that dual Wing Beat. That game was actually closer than I would have liked. But that was still a good game. Alright, so going into game 2, I think I have to be really careful of this Scyther this time around. The Sylveon set up really early and was able to do whatever it wanted. So until he finds an answer for that Sylveon, I don't see why I don't just lead Sylveon again and force them to find an answer. I think that lead's still probably my best lead. The only other thing would be if he leads a physical Mon. Let's try that, actually. Because if he leads a physical Mon, then I can Will-O-Wisp it. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Alright. Calm Mind. He's gonna double up into that, actually. What if I try to read this and I go into Pelipper here, and then I actually Will-O-Wisp you? Oh, the Will-O-Wisp missed? That's a problem. Okay. Alright, that's a problem. Okay, let's go into Gothitelle, and I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp again, because you can kill my FROSLASS here, though. Let's go Camerupt. Okay, this Snarl is good. This Snarl was good. But now I get the buff on Gothitelle. Oops. That dual wing beat does so much. Kind of in a weird spot now, actually. That wasn't the best of plays. Let's just buy a turn out of Tailwind. I think that's our only play right here. And hope that I don't die. Okay. I'm gonna lose the Camerupt here. I kind of want the Camerupt for later, but I also might lose the Gothitelle. I think I'm gonna go for the double. I got the double. That's actually huge. Oh, yep. Okay, that's fine. I think I threw this, but let's keep going. We'll Calm Mind here because I'm not afraid of that. And I will just Heat Wave. Because now you're forced to attack into it. Oh, I forgot about the Snarl, actually. Yeah, I have to deal with this Scyther in a different way. This is too much of a problem now. Maybe I have to do the FROSLASS earlier. I can't let them get that Tailwind up. Now that I know Scyther has Tailwind, this is a different story. Also, missing that Will-O-Wisp, honestly, like, really ruined that for me. Like, a lot, actually. That was a huge problem, missing that. I should have brought Armaldo out earlier to deal with that. Alright, that's fine. Wait, Dual Wing Beat is flying. So, actually, I don't want a Terra. And I will Ally Switch. And it missed! Oh, I forgot about the Snarl. That was actually that was a terrible, terrible mistake that I ended up not getting punished for. Oh, this is bad. I'm just getting sweep this time. Alright, well now he's identified that the Scyther is the problem. I think I have to somehow carry with this and live. Okay, so I got the Tailwind up. Let's go for it. We gotta go for the flinch. Alright, GG's. I kind of threw that game, I'm not gonna lie. I let that Scyther get out of control. After I missed the Will-O-Wisp, that was kind of unfortunate. He's gonna lead Scyther. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I don't know if I even want to Terra that, but I do want to do that. And I will match your Tailwind. Don't miss the Will-O-Wisp. Don't miss the Will-O-Wisp. Oh no, the flinch! Oh no! Oh no, the flinch! That's really unlucky. That's really unlucky. I guess the miss on the Snarl's good. Alright. Alright, that came right back in my favor. Alright, at least the Dual Wing Beat into the Pelipper's. Alright. Ooh, the flinch is not great. What is his RNG this game already? This is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. He's gonna Snarl, right? And the Cinderace is just faster. Part of me wants to actually just swap here. Like, what am I afraid of? Keep the FROSLASS for later. And Air Slash you. Get rid of that Scyther. That needs to go. That needs to go. Do I commit Terra Bug here? Bug resists water, right? Oh, why do I keep thinking Bug resists water? Let's see what we can do here. That might kill the Scyther. Yeah, that should kill the Scyther, and then I'll be able to hit that Tauros. Yes. Okay, good, good, good. No! Air Slash 95%? Bro! 95% in that mist. 95%. 95%. Ooh. This is really just the game of RNG. This is kind of whack. That would have been a dead Tauros. Yeah, because now it's gonna kill my Gothitelle. Yeah. Oh, that's so unlucky. So unlucky. So unlucky. And now this first draft is gonna get kind of bulky. Okay. All right. Now I have no trick room. I could try to set up with this. All right. So I am going to Icy Wind here. I don't think I'm gonna have time to calm my... I think I'm just gonna Hyper Voice. Slow everything down. Sacred Sword, I should live, yeah. Hyper Voice. I'll get my buff. Oh. I forgot that I moved first there. I forgot that I moved first there. Oh no. Mistake, 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 mistake. Don't kill the Sylveon. Oh no! Oh, I made such a horrible mistake. Oh, I made such a horrible mistake there. So we can't Hyper Voice my FROSLASS, right? That means the Weavile has to attack it. So I wonder if I go for the ally switch, or if I just try to Will-O-Wisp you. I don't think I'm gonna kill. I think I Will-O-Wisp you just to be careful. I think I do this. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Live, Camerupt. Just in case I don't kill here, which it looks like I'm probably not. I should... Eruption was probably not the right move there. This is gonna be really, really close. This is the problem. No, I X-Scissor you, because Camerupt can't deal with that. I Protect. Or is that too obvious? I think I have to Protect from the Hyper Voice. Okay, at least I killed the fur giraffe. Alright, this is where it gets tricky. Because he's gonna be faster than me. I think I Rock Slide, Earth Power you. Let's see. Ooh? What happens? Rock Slide? Oh! Oh, Earth Power! Oh my god, that was so close! Dude, oh my god, I'm shaking. Oh, dude, that was so close. Game 2, I'm gonna have to review. I really threw that really badly. I really crumbled when that Will-O-Wisp missed. And, like, sometimes it's like, I feel like I have, like, the perfect game plan, and then RNG will change it, and then I don't know what to do, and I panic. I mean, the thing is, like, having the win con with Will-O-Wisp on the Scyther is definitely, like, not great. I didn't do a good job with Trick Room, like, at all. I don't even think I got Trick Room up this entire set. Not getting Trick Room up and then having the camel is, like, kind of troll. So I definitely, like, could have done a lot better with that. But, man, I can't believe I won a playoff match. My goal was just to get 2 playoffs. So we've already exceeded that expectation. We'll see you guys next week. Unfortunately, we're playing against Rocco, who completely slammed us last time we played him in the draft. So, low expectations. At this point, anything else is a blessing because we've already exceeded our expectations. So, goal met. We can lose happy next week. We'll try our best, but we can lose happy. And I'll see you guys in the next video.